Hey, what's up guys, this is Stuart, and welcome to Best Explanation. This video is about adding and subtracting fractions. So, the best way to do this, I think, is to just jump right into an example. So, let's say you have 2/3 plus 1/4. In order to be able to do this, in order to be able to add these fractions, what I need to do is I need to get them into a common currency. I need to get them into a form where they have the same denominator, which means that they have the same size pieces. So I'm going to draw a little picture to illustrate what I'm talking about, right? So if I made a if I made a visual representation of 2/3, it would look like this. It would be a circle cut in 3 pieces with 2 of the pieces filled in, right? And then similar thing with 1/4, except this time I'd have 4 pieces and 1 of them filled in, right? So 2/3 plus 1/4. Now notice, this is kind of hard to add because you see how each of these pieces is a different size. You see how a third is bigger than a fourth. That you can't add them when they're different size pieces, and so that's why you need to get this number to be the same number on the bottom, so that these pieces will be the same size, and so you can add them and get a meaningful answer. So the way you do that is you just need to rewrite these fractions as equivalent fractions that share the same number on the bottom, otherwise known as getting a common denominator. You might have heard that before. So I'm going to rewrite this instead of as 2/3 plus 1/4. I'm going to rewrite 2/3 as some equivalent fraction. So something over something plus an equivalent fraction of 1/4. Something over something. Now, how do I know which numbers to put here, right? Well, as far as these 2 bottom numbers here, I know that they have to be the same. Remember, because the whole goal of this is to get them to where they're in the same currency, right? So one really good way to find out what a common denominator is between 2 numbers is just to simply multiply the numbers. So you see 3 times 4. If I go 3 times 4, I get 12. I can put a 12 here and a 12 here, because by multiplying 3 and 4, I've made certain that 3 goes into 12 evenly, and 4 goes into 12 evenly. See, because 4 goes into 12 3 times, 3 goes into 12 4 times. So think about that for a second, it'll make sense. So anyways, the next thing you need to do is simply figure out what these numbers are going to be, right? Now, this is a little tricky, but the way to do it is to just do this little thought experiment, right? So go, what number did I need to multiply 3 by to turn it into a 12? 4. So then that means that since I multiplied the bottom by a 4 to make it a 12, I need to multiply the top, 2, by 4 to turn it into what this number needs to be. So 2 times 4 is 8. And you'll notice, do you see how 8/12 is the same as 2/3? These are equivalent fractions. So if you're not certain about equivalent fractions, if you're completely lost here, I would say go back to the video on equivalent fractions, because it explains that a little more in depth. But in this case, I'm going to assume you know. I'm assuming you followed on this step. So 1/4 is the same thing, right? How many 12ths is the same as 1/4? Well, 3, because 3 goes into 12 4 times. If you reduce 3 12ths, you'd get 1/4. So what this is now is that do you see what I've done so far? I've just taken these fractions, I've rewritten this problem, I haven't changed anything except for the way this is written. It still means the same thing. This is still 2/3 plus 1/4. It just looks different. However, it's useful now. It's useful that I did this, because you see how this number is the same? So now that this number is the same, it means these fractions are in the same currency, which means they can be added. So straight across. What's 8/12 plus 3/12? Well, it's going to be 11/12. Just simple addition. Notice, I didn't add the 12s. Why did I not add the 12s? Because this is just the denominator. This is the number that's just telling you how big each piece is. This number on the top is telling you how many you have. So you add the numbers that are telling you how many. Think about this, if you think about it in the graphical form, it'll make sense why the 12 stays the same and why you add these two. Anyways, that's basically it. I guess I'll do an overview real quick. I'll do sort of like a little summary of what we just did. So step A was the common denominator. Running out of room here. Okay. Should have left more room. Alright. And then step B was rewrite with equivalent fractions. And step C was add. And that's basically all there is to it. A, B, C. So anyways, oh, and by the way, you know what, there's one more thing I forgot to mention. What about subtraction? Well, subtraction works the exact same way. If this would have been 2/3 and minus 1/4, I would have done everything the same, and I just would have gone 8 minus 3. So I would have gotten 5/12. So I don't think I need to go through this whole process, but that's basically it. So I hope that video was helpful, and as always, please subscribe and check out my other videos if you think they'll make your life a little easier. Anyways, yeah, and if you want to leave a comment in the comment section, I will see if I have see if I can get back to you on there, or somebody can. So definitely, I'll see you next time.